as a matter of fact, running a budget deficit, which essentially connotes that our revenues are below our expenditure, and that's why the intervention of the E-levy was so important. We announced the budget, I guess, November 17th or so, and it wasn't until that miracle day of March 29th that we got through Parliament with that. I'm very confident that it opens a whole new vista for our tax handles in a way in which all Ghanaians would also be paying something. I don't know of any program which has technology involved that will not have teething problems. But certainly the cataclysmic, pronouncement by people on the other side is not happening. I think we pretty much have it under control as much as you can. We started on May 1st. We were blessed with that being a period of a holiday for 3-4 days. So we saw the issues and began to tackle them. Will there continue to be certain technical issues? There will be, but certainly not the Armageddon that was pronounced for us. I think we are a country moving really forward. You've discovered a tax handle which does two things. One, from 78 billion cedis of mobile money transfers to maybe almost 1 trillion last year. And therefore, you begin to see how e-commerce and technology becomes effective. And that will be good for the country. And then secondly, of course, the sense of unfairness that some 2.4 million people are paying because they're in the formal sector and nobody else is paying, bringing everybody else on board, as small as it will be. But we also were clear on the issue of regressive taxes, which says that you don't overtax the poor. And so the first 100 cedis was not being levied. And that is about 3,000 cedis a month in effect. We know our salaries are not that high. So truly, most of those that people advocate as regressive taxes are not affected at all. And if you have 200 cedis, I'm sure you can do it in 2 days, and therefore there'll be a zero impact. So we are truly excited about this new tax handle to look at issues of curing, auction failures, increasing our revenue mobilization, getting technology, and gradually moving into an economy in which really, people just don't use cash because it's much easier to continue with technology. So I think it's an exciting period to having a structural solution to revenue mobilization in a way that we haven't had before. We are also, I guess, starting with the property taxes as a pilot to begin. And we'll be a nation in which we can easily double our revenue to GDP ratios from the 13-14%, to double that. So a pretty good time, but nobody likes to pay taxes, so it's always difficult. But I think we all begin to get used to it as we apply the use of the taxes for the citizenry to see. We should be launching the Youth Start program and the 10 billion CD historic program starting in June, and we'll be able to see immediately the deployment of those resources, to this teeming mass of some 11 million youth to get enterprise, employment, and support for the youth, so that we become the entrepreneurial nation that we advocate